Milky Mist Paneer. Milky Mist Paneer.
Supreme Mobiles and Supreme Super Apple Days. Get instant discount up to 15,000 on iPhone.
Velamal feels proud to honor the physical education teachers with 5 cars and 15 lakhs.
Hello and welcome to Galatta Plus. In this video review episode, we are going to be talking about Laxman Utekar's Chhaava, which has two very good performances in a surface level look at a mighty historical figure. Vicky Kaushal and Akshaye Khanna play a hero-villain pair made in heaven, but despite some nice touches, the mass flavor film stays at an arm's length. The rest of this review contains spoilers. Now, when I watched the mega blockbuster Jailer, I was startled that a film starring Rajnikant, the family-friendliest superstar, would depict a bloody neck after a beheading. Then we got Animal, Marco, Kill, all of them various levels of hits, and now with the super success of Chhaava, I think we can begin to make a case that we, the audience, have begun to demand increasing levels of blood and gore. Gone are the mock fights of the Dishum days. In Chhaava, we get close-ups of a fingernail and a tongue being pulled out. The leading man sheds so much blood with deep prosthetic gashes on his torso that his skin color seems to be crimson. Even the suggestions of violence are amped up. We don't see the end result, but a little shepherd girl is set on fire and traitors are punished by having an elephant trample them to death. I'm not here to say whether this is good or bad. I'm just making an observation before I begin talking about the movie. Chhaava, directed by Laxman Utekar, begins with the death of Chhatrapati Shivaji. The information is conveyed to Aurangzeb, who has been yearning for some good news. The Mughal emperor is played by Akshaye Khanna in a remarkable performance that's also a remarkable bit of casting. This actor's name is not the first one that jumps to mind when you think of the tyrant who jailed his father and killed his brother, but the actor's innate on-screen qualities, his reticence, his sensitivity, his inwardness redefine Aurangzeb on screen. This is a frail, shrunken man with a slouch. The first time we see him at court, his seat dwarfs him. His eyes are lined with coal, but the makeup does not help. These are dead eyes. He doesn't even seem very invested in what's happening around him. Unless there's some particularly meaty news, the man looks more interested in non-tyrannical hobbies like knitting. Yes, knitting. The only time we see him energized is when he kills someone or when he walks towards the enemy that his army has just captured. Suddenly there's a spring in his step when he walks towards Sambhaji, who's bound in chains looking like Christ on the cross. As Sambhaji, a terrific Vicky Kaushal gives a performance that's the exact opposite. It's almost completely external. If Akshay is the thinker, Vicky is the doer. The character is compared to a lion, and that's exactly how Vicky plays Sambhaji, growling and baring his teeth and with a voice that roars at enemies but turns into a purr in front of his wife and loved ones. He even fights like a lion. He gets a hero introduction shot in slow-mo, the works, as Sambhaji gate crashes Burhanpur, a prized city of the Mughal Empire, and destroys it. And towards the end, when Sambhaji is overpowered, Vicky makes us see a captured jungle beast. The sheer physicality of the performance, it's amazing. Even in the quieter moments, at one point, Sambhaji walks into the quarters of a dying royal who has plotted against him. Divya Datta underplays this character with a welcome touch of dryness in her dialogue delivery. We see this man torn between being human, that is, hating what this woman has done to him, and rising above these feelings to respect his mother figure. With a top-notch hero and a top-notch villain, Chhaava should have been a knockout. There are many touches that work, chiefly the dialogues by Rishi Virmani. The opening credits appear in pure Hindi in Devanagari script, crediting the producer and director as Nirmata and Nirdeshak. To an extent, the lines take a cue from here and showcase the language in all its honored glory. When Mughals leave bodies hanging from trees, someone says, पेड़ों पे पत्तों से ज़्यादा लाशें लटक रही हैं. The image of a tree with corpses for leaves is quietly savage. When Shivaji dies, a Mughal says, अब खुद ब खुद दक्खन की ज़मीन हमारी ज़मीन से जुड़ जाएगी. There's a sense of jigsaw pieces of land coming together to form a larger kingdom. When Aurangzeb's son announces his decision to rebel against his father, Sambhaji exclaims, औरंग की चिंगारी में भी कम आग नहीं. The son is the spark with as much fire as his father. But the film stays at an arm's length. The one time I felt like cheering loudly was when Aurangzeb asks Sambhaji to join the Mughals and gets a mass reply. Chhaava, based on the Marathi novel by Shivaji Sawant, needed more such moments. The film is a surface-level mass movie. On paper, there is one big moment after another, like the shock reveal of a traitor, or a series of attacks by Sambhaji and his men in a variety of disguises, or Sambhaji hearing a lost child's cry in the midst of the thunder sounds of battle, or even Sambhaji's superhuman leap from the ground to the top of a fort. A.R. Rahman too leaves behind all subtlety and goes full on mass. When we first hear about Aurangzeb's tyranny in Ajay Devgan's voiceover, the soundtrack explodes with a scream and it never stops. Again, on paper, I especially love two conceits. One where Sambhaji and his court poet, a wonderful Vineet Kumar Singh, they keep talking in verse in a most unexpected situation, and the other where Sambhaji and his wife seem to be in telepathic communication, but on screen a lot of this stays flat and sometimes turns unintentionally funny. You can excuse the technical aspects which are competent but not much more, but the character writing is the film's biggest enemy. When a junior artist is given a big scene, we know he's going to die soon, and that the few lines he got were simply so that we remember who he is. Others are even less lucky. So many of Sambhaji's men die and their names are called out with anguish when they fall, but to us they are just bodies on the ground. If they cut off the Divya Datta character, the movie wouldn't lose much. We can sense the role she plays in Sambhaji's life, but we don't feel it. It's the same with the scenes with Rashmika Mandanna, who plays Sambhaji's wife. The relationship is compared to Shiva Parvati, Radha Krishna, but on screen we just see two actors with awkward chemistry. Chhaava is not exactly a misfire, but it doesn't rise above being watchable. The story of a king who dreamt of a Swarajya, a self-rule where people of all faiths could coexist in peace, deserved a more rousing movie. There are attempts to get into the psyche of Sambhaji with surrealistic nightmares that show the king as a lost little boy with philosophical questions. We get quiet, intimate scenes that show Sambhaji yearning for his mother who died when he was very young. But this sort of delicacy doesn't fit in with the ethos of a mass movie that tries to show Sambhaji as a superhero. Mass movies usually work best when they aim low and deliver high. Even the mother sentiment has to be pitched high. Chhaava, to its credit, aims high, but it doesn't come together satisfactorily. What we end up with is a violent showcase for two fine actors. And that's it about Chhaava. If you like this video review, do subscribe to Galatta Plus and see you soon at the movies.
Milky Mist Paneer. Milky Mist Paneer.
Supreme Mobiles and Supreme Super Apple Days. Get instant discount up to 15,000 on iPhone.
Velamal feels proud to honor the physical education teachers with 5 cars and 15 lakhs.